Hello and welcome to another Bulblog video diary supplement. In this walk I'm going to look at mostly the Erythroniums around the garden because they're coming out big time and going over quickly in this dry, very dry weather. The flowers are not lasting terribly long. So this is a group here of Erythronium Craigton Cover Girl, a hybrid between Revolutum and Californicum. So that's a small group growing there. And then behind the naturalised area with the Erythronium revolutums, the pinks. Many of the first ones going over, as I say, because of the weather being very dry and sunny, they're going over quite quickly. But there's others that are coming out, so we've got some of the Trillium hybrids here. We've got the likes of Pagoda and Citronella, and the stronger yellow in the back there is Trilliumensis itself. In the foreground we've got various forms of Californicum and White Beauty. And they are really pretty. As you can see, the Californicums and White Beauties tend to come out a wee bit later, so they don't all come out at the same time. So we get quite a spread through the season. So that's the Californicums. And if we walk along here we can come to some other groups. So here's a group of Revolutum types. I say types because I can see this is yet another hybrid. We get so many hybrids in the garden. It's hard to choose which is the nicest. And then we get the really dark forms of Revolutum itself. And then a paler Revolutum. The leaves, and if we look down there, we'll move down there in a minute. As we come along here, this is this little Erythronium Revolutum is really distinct in the garden. And it seeds around and it stays quite different from the others, which tend to be bigger. It stays smaller. It's generally got a single flower on a stem. It's got a fairly distinct flower. Well, I certainly recognise it from a distance. Matching in colour at the moment is the rhododendron, Dendrocaris. Just absolutely matching the colour of the Erythronium Revolutums at the side. Come round the Jeffersonia. It's past its most showy. The leaves are coming up now as the flowers are starting to drop their petals. This is Jeffersonia dubia, and over there, those two white flowers, they're Jeffersonia diphylla. So a few more Erythronium revolutums in this area. We'll walk around. More Erythronium revolutums. That we looked at some of these in a previous video, and as I've mentioned before, they are the one that seeds around so abundantly. If it likes you in the garden, it will just seed around. There we have in there a white one. Creamy white, Craigton cream. Erythronium Americanum. Flowering patch here. Pretty little thing. Really pretty. And they do flower. You get lots of leaves as the colony moves out, these immature leaves, as it spreads out, but the longer established parts of the colony in the centre, you do get plenty flowers. Starting to just close. If you notice all the water droplets on the flowers, it's not from rain, it's that I've been watering the garden, which is very unusual for us to in here in northeast Scotland to have to water a garden in April. So in these bits with the white ones you see flowering through there, bigger white ones, mostly hybrids of Americanum. This is a mini haha. Quite a few of those are mini haha, and quite a few are just unnamed hybrids from our own. Here's that small Erythronium revolutum again. Very distinct. We spin round on the path. You can really see in between the paths. Here we have more Revolutum with Californicum, and indeed here's a hybrid between the two. So where these two are together, you will inevitably get hybrids. Erythroniums growing in the cracks in the rocks. So we're getting Erythroniums as crevice plants, cascading down the wall. Down the front here we have a wee group of Erythronium japonicum with these beautiful deep flowers and fancy markings inside. So that's a wee group of Erythronium japonicum which is gradually spreading. And then we're back to more dens-canis, sorry, not dens-canis, more Erythronium revolutums. Lots of Revolutum and hybrids just growing. I'm having to step over it in the path. But you get groups where you can see the variation. They're not all the same. We get paler ones, darker ones. Here growing Trillium, grandiflorum, growing all the way in and all the way in the back there. So around here's, in this bed here's more drakes and cover girl. And if we walk round, here's another look. This is multiscapoideum. And coming around again, another little group here. So we have a Revolutum and a hybrid. Notice the white pollen, the red markings, the different shape to the filaments. So that's another form of Revolutum, Revolutum hybrid. Here's more in the path. And this great sweep here. Another sweep of them as we come round. So we've got Californicums and Revolutums, and inevitably there will be the hybrids. You can see some of the first ones to come out are now going over. Here's some more Trillium grandiflorum. Some of the grandiflorums, there really are grandiflorums. The flowers are getting larger and larger as they come out, but slight pinkness in this one. Along with some more creating cover girl. And as I come around here, we've got the, I can adjust to the Trillium meleagris. But down here, back to the Erythroniums. These are hybrids. A group of hybrids there. The bigger yellow one at the base of the Asa there is Suzani. Erythronium Suzani. So we'll walk towards the Erythronium plunge frames. This is Erythronium Joanna. It's a hybrid between Trillium, the yellow, and Revolutum. You get this lovely effect. So it's quite yellow in the centre, coming browny orangey yellow as the flower ages, and on the back we've got the red pink coming through. It's nice. Often you don't get nice plants if you cross a pink and a yellow, but I like this one. There's more of it here. We've got it all over the garden. So that's Erythronium Joanna. This is creating cover girl. Big pink form of creating cover girl. And here we have, growing side by side on the left, is Suzani. Slightly taller one is Irene. It's slightly taller because it was replanted last year, whereas the Suzani wasn't. And next door, they're one of the parents to Luminense itself. And in these beds we've got all sorts, so some of my unnamed but trialled hybrids I'm trialling. Some of them got the nice dark centres, which if we compare it, this is Cover Girl. It's got a paler centre. So we just pick one of those and bring it here, we can compare the two. So Cover Girl on the left and the unnamed one on the right. And in these beds it's just nice, the mass of colour. But as I say, normally they would last, flowers would last for quite a few weeks. But in normal years we're not so dry as this. We've been a month without anything much in the way of rain. So they will go over quickly. But one thing is interesting to note from the hybrids. There's 3 different hybrids side by side. One's in flower now, and it's just coming into flower. Creating Cover Girl has been in flower for a while, and these 2 are still in tight buds. So sometimes the value of a hybrid can be a different flowering season. It can give you flowers at a different time. So there are many factors that I'm studying when I'm looking to see if I would select out another hybrid. So we just come around where we're finishing here in the shade. Erythronium dens-canis. Over here we've got from the Americanum complex, and going over some here we've got grandiflorum, and there are many more all around. Absolutely one of my favourites, and it's such a lovely time in the garden to be enjoying these wonderful colourful flowers for this time of year. So thanks for being with me on this walk, looking at my favourite genus, Erythronium. Bye for now.